Hello! We interrupt our regularly scheduled broadcast to bring you up to speed on some breaking news in the form of a deep dive. In this deep dive, we're taking a look at the latest Battle at the Barracks 12 developments. First of all, let's check the timeline of battles and how many are left. The first battle between Tyler Peterson and Ivan Martinez was uploaded on June 26, 2021. This was the first official Battle at the Barracks match to appear in 2.5 years. Since the first Battle at the Barracks 12 match took place, 21 of the 32 Round 1 matches are done, and at the time of this deep dive report, the most recent battle is Billy Marks vs. Chris Cole, uploaded 3 months after the Peterson-Martinez battle. That comes out to an average of roughly one battle every 4.5 days. At this rate, the remaining 11 Round 1 battles will take another 2.5 months, putting us into Christmas time before Round 2 starts. If the entire tournament takes this long to progress, we'll be watching the Battle at the Barracks 12 finals almost halfway through 2022. Next, what's up with the Battle at the Barracks 12 sponsorships? A juicy topic lately is Cariuma, a shoe company that's generating a lot of internet controversy for timing their industry intro marketing campaign simultaneously with skateboarding's first appearance in the recent Tokyo Olympics. I'm not going to spend much time on Cariuma other than call out that their name, logo, and shoes are plastered everywhere in Barracks footage along with 4 other sponsors that I'll get to in a second. Why can't Cariuma throw some dollars at speeding up the pace of the competition? Last season's Battle at the Barracks 11 didn't appear to have any major sponsors, at least that were advertised, and there was a $15,000 prize for the winner. Is the Battle at the Barracks 12 prize going to be more than last year's with all these new sponsorships? In terms of other sponsors that are seen on the Battle at the Barracks 12 YouTube thumbnails, we're looking at 2 core skateboarding companies, Spitfire Wheels and Thunder Trucks. Nothing really sus to put on blast with them. The other 2 companies are Liquid Death and Clean Cause. Liquid Death appears to be a drinkable water company marketing itself as an environmentally friendly counterculture brand with social media vids showing people shotgunning H2O from cans and children slurping down their product. Their water is sold in tallboy cans that look like beer, which I must admit is a creative way to sell a product that's already in a saturated market. I don't have much to critique negatively about this brand, but I will ask this. What is their sponsorship doing to help Battle at the Barracks? It certainly doesn't seem to be going towards running the tournament efficiently. Clean Cause. I wouldn't have even noticed this sponsor if it weren't for the YouTube thumbnails. A quick search of their website seems to show a wholesome, well-intentioned yerba mate drink company that donates 50% of its profits to addiction recovery. There's not really anything negative to say after 5 minutes of research. Looks like an entrepreneur named Wes Hurt, who shares that he's recovering from substance abuse, founded this company and is on a mission to help his community. I can't really see anything sketchy about them wanting to support Battle at the Barracks with some sponsorship money. But again, where is the money going if we're not seeing battles? So what's the deal with the Barracks and this 12th season's problems so far? There's a lot to unpack here, and my hot take is that the Barracks is currently navigating uncharted territory with their YouTube channel and is struggling to figure itself out while being in the middle of an identity crisis, which I believe really came to a head with Battle at the Barracks in Season 7 because of a couple main factors. First, YouTube upload dates for Battle at the Barracks 1 through 6 and prior were in early 2014, which means they were dumped in one batch from the Barracks website right before Season 7 started. Second, Battle at the Barracks 7 was the first season where Joes were invited to the competition, and previously unknown Michigan native Cody Cepeda showed up in LA and beat all the legendary pros with relative ease. The internet simply couldn't get enough of this competition, as evidenced by the view counts from Season 7 to now. These 2 changes of uploading each battle as the season progressed instead of one footy dump and including unknown skaters to compete against pros created an online community that became invested in the outcome of the tournament, and put Steve Barra in a position that made his YouTube channel the... If you're in Steve Barra's shoes around 2014 and you're looking at historically high YouTube traffic volume on the Barracks channel, you would understandably want to capitalize on the popularity of future Battle at the Barracks seasons and reap the fruits of your labor as a business owner/event planner. Speaking strictly from an eyeball-catching perspective, ever since Cody Cepeda stormed onto the scene 7 years ago, 5 of the top 10 most viewed battles on the Barracks YouTube channel are from Season 7, with the remaining 5 coming from later seasons. So with all this forward momentum over the years, what is the deal with the 12th season taking so long and causing so much controversy? Besides the slow pace, the core problem has to do with the social media influencers competing in the tournament. What makes Battle at the Barracks matches exciting are skaters landing a lot of tricks, which means long, competitive rounds. This season, the average battle length for the influencers is 31 turns. Compare that to the Icons, Joes, and Pros' cumulative average battle length of almost 44 turns, and it's pretty obvious the first round influencer battles are not up to par with this tournament's skill demands. By the way, why is Lil Dre in the influencers section? He turned pro for Max Allure over a year ago, and it was live streamed on the 9 Club.
There you go. We got him too. Yep.
Aaron Cairo doesn't even have a competitor yet.
My name is Aaron, I'm a skateboarder.
And imagining him in Battle at the Barracks doesn't seem remotely possible when neither Braille nor the Barracks have appeared in each other's videos before.
And I'm a Scientologist.
Maybe the influencers section was created just to have Johnny Geiger and Jamie Griffin compete, but why not just make a 64 skater bracket composed solely of pros and Joes? The influencers that can actually skate, like Garrett Ginner, Spencer Barton, Vinny Bond, Johnny Geiger, and Jamie Griffin, are all getting flowed some type of skate product already, right? Why include Burberry Airy and Roy Purdy, who both couldn't be bothered to even post a thank you to the Barracks on their socials? Were they ashamed of their performance? This is where the Barracks is stuck, figuring out what it's trying to be on YouTube. Influencers make their living by creating content for social media, and Battle at the Barracks 12 is trying to soak up those influencers' followers and subscribers to grow the Barracks channel and make more money as a business, but it's not working. Sacrificing the quality of the competition for Instagram followers and YouTube subscribers is an obvious misstep by the Barracks. Gifted Hater's response to Steve Barra's diss comment sheds light on yet another point.
Despite any mistakes, the Barracks has personally helped thousands of people and have been very generous and giving to the community over the last 13 years, especially when it was under my full control. Well, I'm sorry that you sold everything to Hypebeast, Steve, and they maybe took the checkbook away and you can't do the things that you used to want to do, but ultimately, the Barracks is still your thing. That's how it appears from the outside. It's your face people think of when they think of the Barracks.
If it's true Steve Barra doesn't have control of what the Barracks does anymore, is the current owner putting Battle at the Barracks on the back burner because something bigger is about to blow up behind the scenes? The disastrous influencers section, the online skate community's most hated shoe brand, Cariuma, plastering their products throughout the battles, and the snail's pace of this contest progression are working against the Barracks in ways that might push the Icons and Pros away from this competition and ruin Battle at the Barracks for good. I don't know Sean Malto personally, and I would assume he's not too shaken up about it, but how can he not be allowed to advance in the competition after landing 44 tricks? And Garrett Ginner is moving to round 2 by landing only 9 tricks against your boy Roy. Flat ground is just one aspect of skating, and sodies like Jamie Foy have competed and gotten smoked in Battle at the Barracks, but Big Boy Foy front-crooked El Toro first try, while Roy Purdy is a flash-in-the-pan Instagram skater rapper that landed 4 tricks in his battle. Maybe if this season moved a little faster, we wouldn't get so hung up on the issues, but if the bracket is bigger and you have more sponsors, why is this taking so long? If you're waiting for the pandemic to be over, why even start it in the first place? This is something everyone has to deal with. But you're the Barracks. How can you not get these skaters to commit to play a 15-minute game of skate and upload it to YouTube? At the end of the day, the small chunk of the skateboarding community that enjoys watching Battle at the Barracks just want to see good flat ground executed well by skaters who look like they're enjoying themselves. Unnecessary tiebreakers, incompetent influencers, and premature bracket declarations of skaters who never committed or weren't even aware they were invited to be put on display in front of hundreds of thousands of ruthlessly unforgiving internet strangers are the types of YouTube drama the Barracks should avoid. For me, Battle at the Barracks is at its best when skaters are focused on showcasing their skills in front of an interested crowd that's officiated by an unbiased ref instead of the aforementioned childish shenanigans. I still have an optimistic outlook for the matches after round 1 in Battle at the Barracks 12, and the way this bracket is set up should work itself out, because there are actually really good skaters in every section. This even includes the influencers. Spencer Barton versus the winner of the Jamie Griffin-Johnny Geiger match will be a fun watch. And Garrett Ginner could surprise everyone by skating his way to a battle against the top icon or even farther. A Luan versus Jocelyn rematch in the pros section before the finals will be crazy, unless there's a major upset before then, which would be even crazier. Some of the Joes might not even have had a chance to really open up their stride yet, and are hungry to flex on us with some flat ground bangers in round 2 and beyond. The Icons, assuming there's not too many more bracket changes, has a lot of potential in the 6 remaining round 1 matches, let alone after that when the heat of the tournament turns up. Well, that pretty much covers the latest developments in Battle at the Barracks 12 so far. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to Dumb Data, click the notification bell to stay on top of new episodes, and drop a like if you enjoyed this deep dive. See you on the next Dumb episode.